Hello my friends, my family, my esteemed colleagues. I cannot believe that still we are here yapping about virus. It's if we don't accept truth, we are just going to destroy ourselves. Everybody is saying, let's follow the science. Let's follow the science. Well, what science are we following? Because obviously there are two sciences, more, but two major ones. One science that says that virus is a microorganism, that it has its own RNA. And another science says that virus does not exist in a form of microorganism because viral RNA was never found, never isolated, never proven, established, whichever way you want to call it. Every time when we find RNA in blood serum, what do we find? We find RNA of the host, of the person. We just assume that there must have been also RNA of a virus because the person has a symptom of disease. I always point to the fact that basically almost all the symptoms of flu are the same as symptoms of most of the diseases that we have. What are the symptoms? Well, nausea, diarrhea, could be bellyache, could be fever, pain, muscle pain, joint pain, headaches, always headaches. Well, this you have in 80% of diseases. And how you distinguish one from another? Well, first you look for pathogen. So you check bacteria. If you find bacteria, pop, top, that's it, the bacteria caused it. If you find fungus, well, here we are, fungus. And if you don't find any one of those and you don't find parasites, well, must be virus. What else? Because we don't have anything else. And how do we prove virus? So we just start amplifying, magnifying what we find in the blood, and when we find some traces of RNA, we say, oh, that's, we got it, that's the virus, it's a virus. Well, this is a lousy science, don't you think? Because if specific viral RNA that has its specific nucleic sequence was never ever found, well, this puts all this viral science in a toilet. But even though it was never found, we have pictures of it, we have some photos of something that we say, oh, that's the virus. It could be any kind of a garbage of a blood, but no, it's the virus. How do we know? Well, must be. This is a science. I mean, if it would be so sad, it is really funny. What have we come to as scientists? Now we are in a type of vaccination. Oh, we gotta get vaccinated for this virus because unless 60% of us get vaccinated, we cannot eradicate it. Well, how can you eradicate something that doesn't exist? You cannot even prove it. All these tests, all this stuff that is sticking up your nose, they can tell you whatever they want to tell you. And this is why you can go 4 times, like Elon Musk, you can go 4 times into the hospital to be tested, and you will come twice positive, twice negative. It just depends what they decide to tell you. Nothing else. It's all a baloney. This is why the new vaccine that was pushed by President Trump, I strongly believe that it's a placebo. Because I doubt that, you know, Mike Pence would inject himself with this mRNA vaccine that is designed actually to destroy us, to make lobotomy without the surgery. Okay, and just listening to what is going, doesn't matter if you're listening to YouTube of mainstream, of YouTube of some progressive thinker, you have the same repeat, because nobody is telling you truth, because nobody knows the real science is out of equation. And now the polemic is, who should be vaccinated first? My grandma, grandpa, because they are much more susceptible. Well, I have actually proven this. It's not theory, that when you cleanse the blood, and if you do some cellular cleansing, at least partial, the flu symptoms will be drastically reduced or will be non-existent, even when you're exposed to these frequencies. Because what we are considering of being disease, and we say, oh, it's bacteria, fungus, virus. Well, even if you find bacteria, well, you are finding the same bacteria in the body without body having symptoms. So, oh, he is sick, but asymptomatically. Yeah, we are sick as soon as we become toxic and we don't have symptoms. And because we are toxic, we have all this micro crap living in us, from parasites, bacteria, and fungus, but not a virus. Virus can reside in particular tissue, because what virus is a type of frequency that can alter behavior of your cells. And as we know, everything is frequency, everything is based on frequencies. And the cells don't have brain like we do, so they don't know about food. All they know is about frequency. And this is why a toxic emotion can affect the cell the same way as a toxic chemical. And when cells are cleansing, then the symptoms of cleansing of the body is going to be just about the same when you are cleansing a pollution of chemical value, if you have heavy metals or some proteins, or when you are cleansing emotional baggage. Very similar or even same symptoms, even involving diarrhea. Why? Because whatever cell throws out when it's cleansing ends up in the blood. And toxic blood gives you the symptoms, not toxic cells. As long as the garbage is held within a cell, you don't have any symptoms. You may feel bad, but nothing can be discovered because your blood doesn't show it. it's within your cell. But once when cells throw this garbage out and ends up in the blood, well, this is now more toxic. The more toxic is the cell. If it purges, your blood becomes more toxic, up to extremely toxic, even choke the system. Now, if you already had a toxic blood, and then your cells are stimulated to detoxify, you are really creating a huge problem. And because why do we have toxic blood? Because we are not allowing, we are working against the body, so the body cannot cleanse. And how we do it? By depriving ourselves from minerals. And of course, right away now will come the alternative medicine. Yeah, the fluic acids, we need the fluic acid, this is the source of mineral. Baloney. We need sea salt. Way, way cheaper. And does incredible job. And this is what we need, because this is what creates plasma that is in our body. You mix sea salt or seawater. You can dilute it. Don't have to like 3-to-1 dilutions. It's still very salty. But you can go way down, 1 finger of seawater in a glass, and the rest you can put tap water, mix it, bless it, and whoop. And this is going to start increasing the plasma levels in your body. And then your body can actually start cleansing. And it cleanses, as I always say, through 3 organs, not only through kidneys. Because everything is put in a parameters. So the regular toxicity gets cleansed through kidneys. As soon as toxicity comes above the first regular level, then mucosal tissue gets involved as well. So if you start cleansing blood through mucosal tissue, because it also has glomerulus, your lungs, your respiratory and your digestive system get involved, including your eyes and your mouth. No. And what happens is that toxins from your blood through mucus come out into the stomach or into your intestines or into your lungs in a form of phlegm, or into, if it's in your stomach, it will provoke you for, give you nausea, so you vomit, or it will inflame the intestines, creating poor absorption of water, which dilutes feces, and you get diarrhea. And this is how you cleanse your blood. And then if toxicity rises to the 3rd level, the optimal level, the most toxic you are, then toxins start popping out through your skin as well. So and this is the graduation of the symptoms. First just dark urine, then dark urine and diarrhea, then dark urine, diarrhea and nausea and phlegm, cough, then dark urine, diarrhea, nausea, cough, vomiting, and fever, and headache. And if the toxicity of that is high, muscle pain, joint pains. And you may not have bacteria involved. And even if they find bacteria, it's not the cause. This is why in Italy, the doctors went against the recommendation of the World Health Organization not to dissect, not to examine people who have died from flu. And what did they find? None of them had virus, because they found bacteria. Once when you find bacteria, well, now you have DNA to work with. And you don't even look for virus because you have your culprit. You always look for your culprit. But even that is not a culprit. Why do elderly suffer the most? Because they are the most toxic. It's all about toxicity. It has never been, and it will never be about virus, bacteria, or fungus. It's always toxicity of the body on a cellular level and blood level. And through this baloney science that we are being told in the schools, we are actually told that the wrong fuel, the wrong food is cat's meow. This is the best food we can have. So now whole world is turning vegetarian and vegan. This is a crap food for a human. And even in medical school, when they told me how Krebs cycle work, how cells in mitochondria produce energy, what was used to show this process? Glucose, a sugar. Knowing that human body does not have any deposits of sugar, we have deposits of fat. Why would we have deposits of fat if the cellular energy, source for the cellular energy comes from a sugar? Why don't we store sugar like plants do? Why don't we have storage of carbohydrate? Because the whole science we are being told in the school is purposely twisted, so the doctors are lost. Well, cannot be a glucose problem because we need glucose for muscle fuel, for cellular fuel. It's all lies. We need fat. This is why liver will transform all the available glucose into fat, because it cannot store it in a form of glucose. Don't mix glycogen with it, because glycogen is made by the cells that use it as a booster. And booster is necessary only in situation of stress, which the only organs that need in a stress situation more energy are the muscles and the brain. Brain to find solutions and muscles to execute it. We don't have glycogen in any other tissue with the exception of liver as a general donor, because neither the muscle or the brain cells can push glucose into the blood. Only liver can do it. And once when liver does it, then becomes the need for insulin, because cells will not take it. And this is why insulin always goes up when we are in stress, because liver has, under influence of stress hormones, has broken down glycogen and it is feeding it to the cells of the body so they have extra energy during the stress situation. Nobody explains these things to us properly in the school. Doctors are completely lost. It took me years of airing up, sailing around the world to ease my mind a little bit from the nonsense I was told in medical school. And then when I returned back, researching why we don't know how to cure anything, how to heal. Forget about the word cure. Cure, maintain. This is typical medical nonsense. Healing is what we need. And we need healers, not doctors, because there is no doctor that knows how to heal. Curing is patching it up, suppressing the symptom, actually suppressing the healing process. And now when we are talking about who gets vaccine first, oh my granny needs, you can have 70-year-old that is cleaner and in better shape than 30-year-old. Because today kids eat pure garbage. And now on this vegetable diet, which all vegetables are toxic, cooked or raw, they are all toxic. This is why they are medicinal. Every medicinal thing is toxic. Just look at garlic. So, this is really eye-opening for everybody. Doctors, please wake up. Nobody needs vaccine. Vaccines are bringing more toxicity into the body. We need cleansing. We need to do the opposite. We actually need to do what is a taboo. Consuming a lot of salt, but not the toxic salt that they are giving you with tons of iodine and oxide of aluminum in it, because it's a white powder, beautiful for poisoning. What we need is sea salt, not refined, natural sea salt. Mix it with the water and drink it daily, lots of it, so you can cleanse. And you will see, even if you don't have any symptoms and you are in a house, you can put 50 masks on your face, you can put yourself in a bubble wrap, start drinking larger quantities of plasma, water with sea salt, and you will end up getting symptoms of flu, because your body will start to cleanse. I had only 2 cases that I know of that did not come up with diarrhea when they started protocol. And again, I'm not, and those were young people. I don't know how else to explain things. We all think somebody with the titles, somebody recognized with recognition, with Nobel Prize, oh, they know, they are experts. Well, how come that these experts are dying from the diseases that they are experts of? Here, two doctors recently died that are specialists on diabetes, and they died from diabetes. One had legs amputated, and they don't want to listen. One of them was told by my client, who has healed from diabetes and other things. And he went to talk to his doctor, please go talk to Darko. No, ego is too strong. I studied in the United States, I know. The most corrupt place for medicine, United States, or Britain, Great Britain. Wow, but I hear what's happening there. Australia, wow, incredible. You know, I really feel bad for people who are sick. But I don't feel bad for doctors who are sick, because they are morons. How can you do same thing over and over and you see that you have bad results coming out? None of my clients had any problem during this pandemic, or whatever they call it, plandemic. None of them. And even people who are old and obese, neighbors here, and came because they heard that I may help. And when they saw their neighbors dying of same age as they were, even healthier than these clients were, they got really very scared, calling me even in the middle of the night. And my answer was always, my question was always first, who died? And to calm them down, because fear is crucial to your immunity. Again, another thing, we think we have a lot of leukocytes, enough white blood cells, that our immune system is great. Yeah, but you cut yourself and you get inflammation right away. you get pus forming, and if you don't put antibiotic, it go into sepsis, you can die. And animals can lose half a leg and walk on the stump, on a mud, on a filthy floor, and they don't have any infection. So how come that we have this great immune system? Well, read my book. It's all there. Check my articles. It's all there. It's all connected to the wrong fuel that we are taking, that is reprogramming our genetic expression and making us vulnerable and sickly and cutting down our age. We don't need vaccines. We need truth. Thank you for listening. Love you all.